Hello, my name is Grace Winura and welcome to Horsepro, the channel that is dedicated to empowering the amateur horse enthusiast and supporting the budding young professional. Today, to my delight, I have the honor of interviewing Sarah Palmer of Dovecot Farm in Loxahatchee, Florida, just outside of Wellington. And Sarah is a very unique person with a unique perspective on horses, horse care, and what the industry can offer us and what horses can do for humans and their souls. Sarah, can you tell me a little bit about what you do here or what you offer at Dovecot Farm?
I will, and thank you so much, Grace, for coming here and getting to know me and getting to know the farm. I really love having you here. So what we do here is quite different in terms of, we're not really a traditional equestrian centre, and I wouldn't really describe ourselves as a horse farm either, because we don't farm horses. We actually farm emotional intelligence within humans, and we incorporate horses into that coaching discussion.
And how do you do that?
Okay, so I'm actually certified in equine facilitated learning and coaching. It's very much an emerging field, and we work from the ground, and we tap into the potential of humans by collaborating with horses. So everything is non-mounted, and it's basically more of a hands-on approach with horses. A lot of it also incorporates mindfulness, which is very much an emerging area it's not new, it's come from the Eastern world.
Yes.
But it's about learning to tap into our sense of being in the present and appreciating the moment for what it is, and appreciating that the present is in fact a gift. Horses are brilliant at this because it comes naturally to them. They don't know about the past. So okay, they might be thinking I'm hungry, but that's about the present.
Right. So if somebody were to call you, and are they coming to you because they feel that there's something missing in their life? Is that what you're talking about? And then someone is coming for a spiritual journey and you use the horses to help facilitate that? Or how, just because some people, some viewers out there may not understand what the physical aspects of what you do or how you incorporate it.
Very good question, Grace. So I'd say that our programs really fit into two domains. There is the wellness aspect of it, and horses being very non-judgmental creatures and living in the present and not really, not saying, oh, this person is this or this person is that. They take you for what you are from an emotional point of view.
Yes.
So that's the wellness part. So I think our programs really facilitate humans to become more aware, so there's self-awareness, and they also facilitate a sense of being in the present, and also about being emotionally congruent. So that really is the big piece, I would say. It's the congruence part.
And how do you achieve that? Do they groom them? Is it simply a matter of being around them? What methods do you use to help people become connected?
Good question. So we actually have very much kind of building block approach to our programs. Sometimes, depending on your level of horse experience and expertise, sometimes people don't want to be touching horses initially.
That's right, they may be afraid.
They might be afraid.
That's
so
right.
it's not my agenda, it's always the client's agenda. Okay. So sometimes we just start with simply walking around and observing herd dynamics, which is really fascinating because horses have social herd dynamics like we do.
That's right.
Like humans.
That's right.
And you can tell a lot about each individual through its behaviour. So there might be a bit of journaling involved, it might be a bit of drawing, depending on what each client wants to do. And then later in the session, we would incorporate perhaps a hands-on. But I think the intention really is to tap into our compassionate sides and understanding that horses are truly compassionate too. They're very nurturing.
That's right,
they can be, but there are different behaviours within the herd.
That's right.
At different times. So that's a good discussion. So that it kind of touches upon wellness, but then it also touches upon leadership. So you've met some of the horses in our herd.
Yes.
We used to have 3 mares, just 3 mares. We've now actually got 4 horses. We've added a gelding to the mix.
So it's
So the
changed
dynamic,
that's right.
changed instantly.
And you have 2 donkeys.
We have 2 donkeys.
And now, are these animals rescue animals, or are they horses that you've had in your care long term already? Or where did you acquire these animals?
The donkeys are definitely rescues. And in fact, it's interesting, so they belong to a rescue in, I believe, in Texas, but I've adopted them for the long term.
Great.
Yeah. So they became part of the herd about a month ago, actually. So the donkeys are new to our herd. And our gelding came into the herd very recently too. So he had an interesting story. Beautiful jumper, Hanoverian, had some health issues and was given to me. So he's part of the program and he really is a gift.
So now he's going to be able to give the gift of perhaps rejuvenation to someone's soul, or allow somebody to connect simply from coming from a life of maybe a lack in his own and now needing rejuvenation. Sarah, what made you, for those of you who are viewing this and who are interested in any type of meditation or any type of mindfulness or further awareness, Dovecot Farm here is absolutely beautiful, and it sits on 11 acres, and it is, I cannot imagine it was an inexpensive or an endeavor for anyone who's idle. So what created the drive to take a property and redo the stable, the home, the property, when you also, I mean, what was the drive? You didn't have to do that. So what creates in you a need, or why did you feel it was necessary now?
I would say that it was a calling. And I think you don't embark on a project like this without it really pulling you in. So I was actually looking at a property round the corner.
Wow.
And I was informed by my phone that this property had become available. So it was really a journey that I felt that I should explore it. So I think I really was guided by my sense of intuition.
That's right.
Gut
or God feeling, whatever
absolutely.
you want to call it.
I was in the flow.
Yes.
And I just felt that I needed to investigate this initiative. And it really wasn't that I was going to, I'm going to go and take 11 acres and restore it. And it was going, I didn't have a plan.
That's right.
It very much evolved.
You winged it.
Yeah, we winged it, absolutely. I knew that we wanted an equestrian space, and I knew that I wanted to incorporate more of a wellness approach to what we do. But this came our way, and it really did evolve. I mean, it was quite a journey, and very much from a heartfelt space. What can we do to really turn this around? And it took longer than we anticipated, for sure.
As it always does with construction. Now, how has it been received? Are you feeling, I mean, for anybody again, and this goes beyond just horses, but for anyone who's interested in meditation, starseed development, or any type of human embodiment on parallel levels, I know this sounds very esoteric, but a lot of people believe the time is now for humans to become enlightened. So are you getting great feedback? Are you getting interest? Like as a human species, are we really trying to bond with other species? Are we trying to create a sense of community within the world and within interspecies? Or what's your feel on that? Or have you hit a lot of resistance?
I would say that we're very much ahead of the curve. There are epicenters within America and the world who are doing this kind of practice.
Okay.
So within places like Arizona, you've got Linda
Of course, that's right.
Kathy Pike in Denver, Colorado, definitely a lot of practitioners, Ariana Strauzi in San Francisco, I think she's in the California area. So there's definitely a movement of whatever we want to call this. I mean, I feel that the heart of our philosophy is based on compassion.
Which is incredible.
We
obviously don't have enough of that in the world today.
Absolutely.
I feel.
So I think, but compassion's an interesting story, because compassion really needs to come from within first before we can share it with others, be it humans.
It all comes down to loving yourself, and you can't be good to others or appreciate. Is that?
I think in order to be truly compassionate towards others, one needs to be compassionate with oneself first.
Yes.
But I think there's also movement in recognizing that horses, cats, dogs, other animals are truly sentient. And what do we mean by sentient? That they have emotions. And so once we as a human race recognize that animals are sentient, well then we can have a better relationship with them. But this all boils down to self-awareness.
Yes.
And that's where the emotional intelligence piece comes in. And so we incorporate a bit of DISC, which is a really interesting self-awareness tool, which is a good, again, it's the grounding blocks that the building blocks
Right.
that I was telling you about before. Not everybody's ready for this.
That's right. I think you have to come to it. It's like a diet. You have to be ready to embrace it and live it. Now, you talked about places throughout the United States. Would you say you were the first in Florida to really embrace this? Are you ahead of the game on the Floridian map for this human-animal intervention of contact?
I wouldn't say so, to be honest. There's a lot of EGALA practitioners out there and a lot of EAL, Equine Assisted Learning practitioners.
Excellent.
I think the EFLC, another acronym, Equine Facilitated Learning and Coaching, is quite emerging here. There are a couple of practitioners who are doing this within Florida.
Yep.
And I'm aware of another practice in Orlando, for example.
Great.
So it's definitely building momentum, which is positive.
That's right, and that's right, and it just takes one person to another person. It takes YouTube viewers for anyone interested out there. That's really what happens, isn't it? But again, I don't want to just refer to Sarah's facility as somewhere that you would come for any type of compassionate healing or self-awareness. Sarah also has an absolutely stunning stable and a beautiful outdoor ring and paddocks and a beautiful home with a rentable apartment. So Dovecot Farm offers everything. It offers a peace and a tranquility, and of course you can contact Sarah for any of her services. However, for any of you out there who are also looking for an absolutely wonderful place to stay, whether it's a day, a week, or all winter, I really suggest, whether you're a horseman looking for stalls, whether you're an individual looking for a tranquil space, as you can see the beauty behind us, whether you're looking to work with a practitioner of such excellent quality as Sarah Palmer, I really encourage you to check out Dovecot Farm. If you found any of today's information valuable, please hit subscribe and the like icon. And for Sarah's and Dovecot Farm's linkage, Facebook, or any type of social media and contact information, please look to the description below this video. Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate you spending time with me today, and thank you for having me. Namaste.
Namaste.